wanted to try something different today. Normally I post pictures of the work I'm doing from beginning to end on my blog and on Facebook. And I hear a lot from people that it's helping them to understand different ways of painting and different ways of seeing things. So I thought I'd post a video. And I'm posting, what you're seeing right now is a painting I've been working on for a bit. I work on 5 to 7 paintings at a time, and so I just rotate them a lot. And I like to have 5 to 7 paintings going, so there's always an option. When I get tired of one, I can work on one of the other ones. I also like to have fresh canvases, so just in case I get sick of everything, I can just start something new. I also like to clean up in between, which, believe me, I did earlier. I did have this station cleaned up, but I clean up in between because I reach a certain point, and all of a sudden I've got a big mess, and it's all convoluted, and it doesn't matter how many paintings or clean canvases I have. If I have a dirty surface to work on, it's all shot. It's just going to turn to mud, and I'll get confused and lay on the floor and cry. But I'm working on a painting right now, the brother and sister and Scooter and Apple and all this stuff, whatever the title is today. And it's giving me a really hard time. And, you know, I'm sharing that with people just to let everyone know it's not all easy breezy. Painting is kind of silly and fun. It's coloring. It's all fixable. It doesn't really matter. You know, it'll all come out in the end. But people look at my stuff and they're like, you know, how do you do that? Sometimes, not saying I'm Einstein, but you know, showing you this and also showing you pictures of my work is to say, all the pictures of my work, good or bad, is to say it's not always that easy. It's not always easy breezy. But it'll work. It'll fix itself. And if it doesn't, take it off the stretcher. It doesn't matter anyway. It's a coloring project, sort of. Very expensive coloring project. But you know, I wanted to share this, where I work, and also to share one other thing. And I think I'm going to try a series of videos. We're chatting away. Several years ago, I went to the Norman Rockwell Museum. Oh, I know what it is. I'm able to do this because several years ago, I went to the Norman Rockwell Museum in Western Mass. I waited my whole life to go, and I finally went. Walked in the door, paid my ticket, paid my admission, walked into the gallery, looked to my right, and burst out crying. And I didn't stop crying for the next 3 humiliating hours that I was there. What I looked at when I walked in the door, to my right, was this huge painting of the boxer. It's very famous. It's you know, this big guy is getting slugged, and his girlfriend is screaming at him, this skinny, beautiful girl in a silk gown, presumably in the 40s, because boxing was so much funner then. The girl's screaming because he's losing. Her boyfriend is losing, which means they won't have money. So, but in the middle, you know, while that's going on, there's all these people yelling and screaming in the painting. But this one section of the painting got me. And it told me that there are no rules, that I can paint any way I please, using any material I please, at my own pace, doing anything I please. There are no rules. This one tiny section was of, I'm trying to remember, I think a reporter. He's got a cigar in his mouth and his hand is out. And his sleeve, he's wearing you know, a vest and a white shirt. Well, part of his sleeve wasn't white, it was, or painted white, it was the canvas. And it was just the white canvas. And on the white sleeve was a little button. And this sounds really simplistic, but it didn't occur to me to that moment that not every inch of every painting has to be covered with paint. I looked at that sleeve, and that little button by Norman Rockwell was a pencil line drawing of a button. It was just a little circle. And that little circle completely changed the way I saw painting and saw the way I had to paint. Now my paintings, I don't think have anything to do with anything that's going on anywhere. As far as I can see, and as far as I've heard, they're unique. They're unto themselves. I use aerosols. I'm not stenciling. I use oil paint, but I'm not doing bowls of fruit and naked women. I'm doing something that unintentionally is very much my own. I take black and white photographs and I turn them into color paintings. And I do them in a very confusing way, and I'll, maybe next video I'll show how it starts. But it's not like anyone else. It's not a derivative of anyone else. It's not I'm going to be a street artist. I'm going to be just like so-and-so. I'm going to paint like Picasso. I'm going to paint like Basquiat. My stuff comes from the heart. This makes sense to me. And because of Norman Rockwell, I know now that I can use my aerosols, use my oils, use my acrylics, use a pencil. It's all okay. No rules. There's no rules in painting. It's all fixable, which hopefully I'll be able to fix this. But most of all, it should be fun and it should be genuine. I really appreciated being able to see Norman Rockwell's work. It just totally changed me. I think people write him off because of the content of his work, and that's really unfortunate. Because he is a genius, a total American genius, a unique genius unto us, and we were very fortunate to have him. I wish more people had the ability to appreciate his work, even though it's not negative enough or nasty enough or rude enough or mean enough. It's actually extremely poignant, sometimes in subtle ways. I used to be an angry artist. I used to be an angry kid, and this told me I don't have to be. It's okay. It's okay to not be like, I'm going to show the man and I'm going to write fuck you in every painting. You know what? It's okay. I guess there's not much more point to that other than I hope I've given some people confidence. I hope I've given people confidence, and I hope you have fun painting, and I hope you enjoy watching my paintings. I don't know. It's kind of simplistic for a first video, but we'll try again, and I will extol my wisdom to the world, and we'll just see what happens. Pictures of this as I get along will be posted on Facebook right now. This is a bitch. This is a bitch. Making me nuts, and this section is a bitch. It just drives me up the fucking wall. Maybe it's time to step back and drink some coffee. Anyway, thanks so much. Ciao.